14th, by the way. And then on the B file, $282 cash or surety. Warrants to issue on those. Deanna Joy Curley, 25B149832. Defendant failed to appear. This is a retail fraud case. Warrant to issue 3,000. 3,010%. Amy Diane Brown, 25B149845 A, B, and C on the A file and issue a warrant, 3,010%. That's failure to appear for show cause. On the B file, default judgment was already entered when the defendant failed to appear back in December, specifically on the 17th. And then on the C file, warrant to issue second miss, show cause, failure to appear, 3,010%. Egan Malik Lavender, 25B149517 A, B, and C on the A file, second miss, warrant to issue, bond to be forfeited, 3,010%. And on the B and C files, defendant was defaulted. He failed to appear back on December 17. Minor Wilson Gentris, 25B150016 A and B on the A file. I'm going to go ahead and issue a warrant, 3,010%. On the B file, I'm going to go ahead and enter a judgment in favor of the plaintiff. Well, actually, the judgment was already entered back on December the 17th. People against. Mackenzie Lynn Goff, 25B148638A. Heather, we're going to issue a show cause on this. She failed to appear for the, but she did everything. So we'll issue a show cause for failure to appear for review date, for the prosecutorial review date on the A file. She failed to appear the 14th, so we're not going to issue a warrant. No warrant on that case, but we'll issue a show cause. Maybe it was an oversight. She'd done everything. And on file C, that was taken under HIDA. Issue show cause on that for failure to appear. Can you hear me, Heather?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so we're going to issue a show cause on both of those for failure to appear for review hearing. And then on Harold, people against Harold, Clarissa, Concetta, Cole, Harold, 25B148529A. Defendant failed to appear. Multiple misses by this defendant. Warrant issue, bond to be forfeited, 7,500, 10%, 7,500, 10% on that. People against Pruitt. This is Michael Jeffrey Pruitt, 25B149770A. Defendant failed to appear for a show cause. It was not a show cause. It was the first miss. Issue show cause on Mr. Pruitt, please. And then on the B file, same thing. Issue show cause. And then on Secreto, Brandon Secreto, 25B149110. This defendant has not been showing up either. 5,000, 10% on him. Multiple misses. Warrant to issue, bond to be forfeited. Jermaine Sean Hall Jr., 25G306346A, B, and C on the B file. We're going to go ahead and issue a warrant. Multiple misses. 5,000, 10% on him. On 346A, though, we're going to make it 195 cash or surety. And on 346C, 282 cash or surety. Defendants failed to appear. Ali Abdullah Ahmed, file 25T647079A and B on the A file. Defendant failed to appear. And I'm going to go ahead on that one, since it was the first miss. Let's do the show cause. And on the B file, default judgment is entered for failure to appear. People against Blade, Percy Lee Thomas Blade III, 25B15012102A and B on the A file. We are going to go ahead and issue a show cause. And on the B file, default judgment is entered for failure to appear on the 15th. People against Vinny and James Camilli, 25B150141A and B on the A file. I'm going to go ahead, this being a first miss, issue show cause, default judgment on the B file. People against Harris, Terriona, Tanae Harris, 25B150103A and B on the A file. This is a first miss. We'll issue a show cause on the B file. And then a default judgment declared to appear, People Against Christian, Cornelius Lyles Reams, 25647-324. Defendant failed to appear on this case. On the 15th, we'll issue a show cause on this, People Against Carlos Jonathan Hernandez Diaz, 252646674A and B. On the B file, 10%, and on the A file, judgment by default because the defendant's failure to appear was entered on December 18th. And finally, I have Derek Tan Belda Fernandez, 25707-530. He failed to appear for show cause. 5,000, 10%, warrant issued, bond to be forfeit. All right, this one's going down to Heather.
Okay.
People Against David Allen Crawford, file number 25M729-642FY. Okay, good morning.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Ron Hadid on behalf of the people of Case 6 to
I'm sorry, can you spell that last name?
H-A-D-I-E-D.
And it's pronounced Hadid?
Hadid.
Hadid, I'm sorry. And Mr. Jones?
Good afternoon, team and staff. Jonathan Jones appearing on behalf of Mr. Crawford,
Sir, your name, please?
David Crawford.
And your name, sir?
John Beaver, sir,
And you are with what department?
Michigan State.
Thank you. How do you spell your last name?
It's Beafore, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. All right, today's the date scheduled for preliminary exam. Defendant here has been charged with assault with intent to do murder, assault with intent to murder, assault with intent to do great bodily harm less than murder. We have 2 counts of that, one on Officer Bernard, one on Officer Crawford. And then I have a FA case where the victim is named as Officer Bernard, and then possession of a dangerous weapon without lawful intent, assault, resist, and obstruct an officer, and a second count of assault, resist, and obstruct an officer. The first of those set forth in count 6 lists Officer Bernard, count 7 lists Officer Cormier. Any preliminary matters, Ms. Hadid?
That's great. I have the witnesses outside in the hallway. I don't think there's anyone else in the courtroom that will be testifying today. And I would ask for the exception for the officer.
All right, all witnesses, with the exception of the officer in charge and the defendant, who are going to testify either today or at the time of trial, have to leave the courtroom, okay? Are all of your witnesses out?
Chair, if I may, the gentlemen behind me are not testifying. They're here observing from the police department. I figured you would put their names on the record.
Yeah,
I honestly know who they are and I have no objection to be there.
I have Chief Watson, I believe that's Lieutenant Wheeler, and Deputy Chief Starzyk. And I've got Deputy Chief Lafayette as well. So they are here, they're not testifying, no, true?
Not testifying today.
Okay, well, they're not gonna testify at trial either, right?
The chief or the deputy chief, but perhaps the lieutenant.
I'm gonna have to ask whoever might testify at trial to leave as well. So let the record reflect Lieutenant Wheeler is leaving. I think it's Lieutenant. Okay, thank you. All right, any other preliminary matters, Ms. Hadid? Any other preliminary matters, Mr. Jones?
No, thank you, Judge.
All
We
right,
sit,
pardon?
we sit.
You can sit, yes. Call your first witness, John.
Yeah, he's the same.
He's not here.
You said Michael Crawford.
You didn't read the misdemeanor TV, that's what.
I think church.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sir, you can come right up here to the witness chair if you would, please. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you will give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God.
I do.
Have a seat, please. Is your name spelled Michael, Michael, Crawford, Crawford?
That is correct.
What is your middle name?
Joseph.
Joseph?
Yes.
All right. Have you ever testified before?
Never.
I'm just going to ask you to make sure we have a tendency in informal conversations to answer with nods of the head or mm-hs or uh-hs. Everything that's being said is being recorded here today. So I'm going to ask you to make sure that you verbalize your responses. Will you do that for me, please?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. You may proceed, Ms. Sadiq.
Please state your full name for the record.
Yes. Michael Joseph Crawford.
And Mr. Crawford, I'd like to take you back to November the 28th of 2025. Do you recall that day?
Yes.
And you recall being at the location of 26257 Ingram Drive in Brownstown?
Correct.
And is that in the county of Wayne,
Yes.
state of Michigan?
Yes.
What is at this particular location?
Could you say that again? I'm sorry.
What is at this location?
Oh, my house, my home,
And who do you reside there with?
my mother, my father, my sister, my girlfriend, my child, Sophie.
Let's start with your father. What's your father's name?
David Allen Crawford.
And is he in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Can you please point him out and tell me what he's wearing today for the record?
Yes, he's wearing a blue shirt with a coat over him and he's got gray hair.
I have no objection to the witness identifying his father.
The record should so reflect that the witness has been identified. I'm sorry, that the defendant has been identified. Thank you.
And what is your mother's name?
Sandra Inez Crawford.
And you said your girlfriend was there as well?
My girlfriend was
What's her name?
Jessica Ann Backus.
How do you spell Bacchus?
Backhus.
Then you said that your daughter Sophie
Yep, Sophie.
and anyone else besides the people that you've said reside there.
And my sister Ashley.
Ashley, same last name as yours.
Same last name.
And at around 7 o'clock in the evening, were you in your home?
Yes.
And he was in the home.
My mother, my girlfriend, I was in the home, and my child was in the home.
Where was your father?
Then my father was in the home.
Where was he at the time when you were in the home?
Oh,
7 o'clock.
yes, he was in the garage,
What, if anything, was he doing in the garage?
consuming alcohol.
And was it normal for him to consume alcohol in the garage?
Yes,
You know whether or not the lights were on or off in the garage?
I do not know.
Did you have an interaction with him?
I didn't.
Describe that for the board.
Yes, my interaction with my father was us having words. And from there, having a wrestling match about an altercation with Jessica, my girlfriend.
Well, I'm gonna go back a little bit.
Okay,
Did Jessica ever speak to your father while he was in the garage?
she did.
What was it about?
A missing poster having to do with a cartoon for my child.
And what was your father's response to Jessica?
That he did not know where this poster was.
Did he get loud?
Yes, at the time.
And what, if anything, do you do in response to that?
It provoked a response for me to defend my girlfriend.
Why?
Just to talk back and defend her honor.
And what did you say to your father?
I had said, do not speak to her that way. There is no reason to be an a-hole.
You could, Your Honor, he should swear.
Yes, you can tell the word. We're adults here. Go ahead.
Asshole.
And what, if anything, does your father say in response?
In response, he said, in other words, back off. I'm not doing anything wrong. And I do know he went back in the garage after that.
Where did you go?
I went to the living room where the fireplace is and went back on my gaming laptop computer.
Seated or standing?
I was seated at the time.
What happens after that?
My father comes in through the garage into the kitchen, sits next to me, and tries to argue with me. I tell him that I am not going to get into that, and he slammed my laptop, like just pushed like the head of it down to get a nerve out of me.
Did your laptop slam shut?
It didn't slam shut, it was halfway through, but enough to make me mad and provoke a response.
What did you say in response?
I said, really, don't touch my stuff. I got up out of my seat and I said, do you really want to do this right now?
Then what?
And then from there was pushing back and forth.
Who started the pushing?
My father,
On what part of your body did he push you?
just on the chest.
And what did you do in response?
I pushed him back.
And then what?
And from there, a wrestling match happens.
Well, describe wrestling match. What do you mean by that?
So, like grappling, we grappled each other's torsos. And from there, we had both.
Your Honor, can the record reflect that the witness has put his arms in front of him as if he were hugging someone?
Is that true? Is that what you were doing, correct?
Yes,
So you almost had your hands and arms widespread where you would hug somebody.
in a hugging manner.
Right, okay. And you wrapped your arms around your father?
Correct.
Take your trick. And where were your father's arms?
My father's arms at that time, while we were still standing, were around, I would say, my chest area like this. So I was at his torso, he was at my chest. And then we had tripped into the couch and continued the quarrel there. Well, grappling match there.
Where was his arm at that point?
At that point, it had switched and it had went above my head like this, right above my forehead. And from there, my face was in the couch.
Face, including nose.
Yes,
From-
correct.
Were you able to breathe when your face was pushed into the couch?
In the panic, I was saying I could not breathe.
Well.
And my face was in the couch. It was hard to breathe.
Do you recall ever saying, I can't breathe, I can't breathe?
I do recall that, yes.
And, were you able to get up?
At that time, I was not able to get up.
And how long would you say you had an arm around your head and your face stuffed into the couch and you couldn't breathe?
No more than 5 minutes.
And who was in the room when that was occurring?
My mother and my girlfriend.
Where,
But you're not suggesting you couldn't breathe for 5 minutes, correct?
Not for 5 minutes. I just do recall that quarrel altogether going on for around no more than 5 minutes.
Okay.
did you ever describe what your father did to the police as a headlock?
I did describe to the investigators after the fact, to the police.
Yes.
To the police. When they arrived, I believe I did tell them that there was an altercation going on with my father and I, and that I could not breathe.
Well, I will get to that, but
Sorry.
what did it take for your father to release you from
Oh,
that movement?
yes, my neighbor had arrived to that scene, and she had said, David, get off of him. So then he did get off of me after that.
And were you
Wait,
able,
who said that?
My neighbor, Leah Levesque.
were you able to breathe better once he released his arm off you?
Yeah.
And then what happened?
After that, I believe my father had went into the garage, from what I believe happened where he went.
You keep on saying believe. Do you know or not know?
You know, I'm gonna be
What started as a normal evening at home quickly turned into a moment no one could forget. Inside the house, a family argument began. Small at first, but it didn't stay that way. A son stood up for his girlfriend after his father spoke to her in a way he couldn't accept. Words were exchanged. Tension rose, and within minutes, it turned physical. The father pushed first. The son pushed back. What followed wasn't just a fight. It was chaos. They grabbed each other, locked up, and fell into the living room. Suddenly, the son's face was pressed into the couch. He says he couldn't breathe. Panic set in. In that moment, everything felt out of control. From the next room, voices were shouting. A neighbor rushed in, and what she saw stopped everything. The father on top, arm around his son, the situation spiraling. She stepped in immediately. Stop, you're hurting him. That one moment changed everything. The father let go, and just like that, the fight was over. But the impact didn't end there. Police were called. Statements were taken. The son described what happened. A headlock, struggling to breathe, fear in the middle of chaos. But then, the story became more complicated. In court, questions were raised. Was it intentional? Or just a moment of anger that went too far? Was it dangerous? or misunderstood, the son himself admitted something important. He didn't believe his father was trying to kill him. Still, the fear he felt in that moment was real, and sometimes that's what matters most. This case isn't just about what happened. It's about how quickly things can escalate, how emotions can take control, and how one moment can change everything. In the courtroom, every detail matters. Every word matters. And the truth is rarely simple.
Do you stay there until the police come in to the home?
Well, the police had already been there. We had stayed there until they were trying to defuse the situation.
And after the incident, did you make a statement, a formal statement to detectives from the Michigan State Police?
I did.
And did you describe to them again that your father had you in a headlock and that you couldn't breathe?
I did.
And do you recall a detective from the Michigan State Police taking pictures of you?
I do, of my neck.
I have what's been marked as people's proposed exhibit one.
I'll stipulate to his submission.
All right, you're moving for the admission of Peoples 1, there being no objection, and the stipulation Peoples 1 is admitted.
Thank you, Judge Mayor Pro.
You may,
Mr. Crawford, does this picture fairly accurately depict the way your neck looked the same day as this incident?
That was, yes.
Your Honor, may I publish these exhibits at the end?
yes.
Now, since this incident, have you gone back to the home and resided there?
Correct, yes.
And did your father also reside at the same home?
He does.
Did your father say anything to you after this incident?
No.
Did he apologize for what happened?
Yes.
I have nothing.
Cross,
May
you may.
Can I call you Michael?
Sure.
Good afternoon, Michael. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I want the record to be real clear. You know who I am,
I
right?
do.
We've talked on the phone several times.
Yeah.
And you're not enjoying this any more than I am, right?
No.
Yeah, there's probably no place you'd rather be less, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, sister counsel, the fancy word we used to say, or, asked you a bunch of questions. I'm gonna ask you a few too. Okay. So, when you initially went into the garage and the verbal confrontation with your dad started, you had said he had been consuming alcohol, correct?
Yes.
Do you have any idea what he consumed?
I would imagine to be Bud Light if I had to take a guess there.
Okay. And how long have you lived with him?
Oh, my whole life. 29 years.
Fair to say that you've seen some alcohol before?
I have.
Fair to say that based on the fact that you've lived there your whole life, you know what his habits and styles are?
Oh yeah, pretty well acquainted.
So his Bud Light is the drink of choice.
Yes.
Do you have any idea how many cans, bottles, whatever it was, he might have had that night?
Oh,
I don't want you to guess. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't.
I don't know, but I have a good idea.
All right. What makes you say you have a good idea?
I just, based on previous accounts of him drinking, it's a good 12 pack will do it.
Okay. So do you believe around 7 o'clock when the timeline started that we're talking about, that he was, somewhere in the neighborhood of 10, 12 beers in?
Mm.
Is that a yes?
Remember what
I'm
you
sorry,
said?
Judge, I'm sorry, yes.
Okay.
You won't get in trouble, don't blame me, so okay? Okay, all right. So having said that, what was he doing in the garage? Was he working, was he standing, was he sitting, what was he doing?
Drinking and talking on his cell phone.
Do you have any idea who he was talking to?
Other family members,
Or in the house?
not in the house. We have family in New Jersey.
What, and again, was he sitting in the garage, describe for what it looked like when he walked in the garage?
He was standing at the time.
Does he have a chair or something he sits in the garage?
He usually sits on the step of the garage.
But he was standing at this moment in time.
Yes.
When you walked into the garage, was he facing the door you came in through?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Immediately upon making eye contact with him, you expressed yourself.
Yes.
Okay. And he basically told you he didn't do anything wrong, he would do whatever he wanted.
Yes.
Okay. And then when you went back in the house, did he follow?
No, he did not follow me at that time.
How much time elapsed between you going back to your computer and Jack coming in?
10 minutes
When he came back in, where were you sitting?
on the couch.
Were you engaged with your computer?
Correct.
Was there anybody else on?
No.
Did he sit down like right next to you?
Yes.
Okay. As I look at your left shoulder, I see a black chair behind you. You're not like flush against it, if you know what I mean. Right, okay, now you are. Well, was he like, did his shoulder and right arm, well, what side of you was he?
He was on my right side.
So did his left touch your right shoulder? Like, was he that close?
He was close enough to be elbow space, yes.
Okay, but did he make physical contact?
No, no physical contact with me then.
So he basically shut your computer to stop it from being used.
Correct.
Right, and you testified he did that to attack. I'm using a different word, but the gist of it is you said that you thought he did that to antagonize you.
I believe so, yes.
These are big.
I did.
So what exactly happened next? What did you business say, like, what are we doing?
Yeah, so I got up from the couch and I confronted him on that, you
Well,
know.
let's unpack that. When you got up, did he stay sitting on the couch?
No, he got up with me,
So you guys face to face at this point?
face to face.
Right, and you're not intimidated, right?
No,
You're not scared.
nope,
You're in no fear of being hit.
no, sir.
You know there's gonna be a verbal altercation.
Correct.
Basically, that's what you wanted at this point.
That's what I,
Yeah, you didn't in the garage, but basically there was no turning back now.
no.
So you guys have your little verbal back and forth, right?
Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Yes,
Thank you, Chuck. And you've trained me very well, I was on top of it. All right. So at what point does he sort of put you in a fear?
the bear hug would happen about a minute after the push.
Okay, he pushes you, you said in the chest?
Yes,
Can you show me on your chest?
right here.
I mean, he literally.
Up where, in your sternum area?
Right.
Okay, okay.
And does that move you backwards?
It does.
And you just come right back to where you push him?
Yes. Mhm.
Is that a yes?
Where?
Oh, where? I push him back in the same area in the chest area, like right.
Does he move back?
He does.
Is he like wobbly at this point?
He is a bit wobbly.
Okay, so did you think you were gonna push him over?
I thought so.
Did you try to?
I didn't do my full force, but enough to tell him to leave me alone. Kind of.
Is it fair that you thought in the condition he was in, you might have pushed him hard enough that he might go down?
Not at that time. I don't think I pushed him hard enough to actually make him hit the ground.
Did he push you back?
He did push me back.
And then?
And then from there, we grappled or wrestled. That's when I grabbed him by his torso and he grabbed me by my upper half here.
About in your shoulder area.
Yes.
I want you to understand, I'm not trying to make a mockery of this, but I want to get as clear an image as I can. Have you ever watched professional wrestling?
I have.
So you've seen that sometimes when the matches start, they push each other and then they, as you said, they sort of lock up, but I think is what the announcers call it.
Yes.
Is that what basically happened?
Yes.
So when you guys lock up, do you feel like you're in a meeting?
I do not.
When does the locking up move into, in essence, locked up to being on the couch?
I'd say probably about 20 seconds.
Okay. Can you describe what physically changed to move you from locked up, standing on the floor to being on the couch?
Yes. So we had tripped while we were locked up.
On what?
I tripped over my foot in that time. And it was my foot because I remember that dropping me into the couch area. From the couch area, that's when the movement interchanged, like the switched.
So when it changed, is this when you were in a headlock?
This is when I was in a headlock.
Okay, can you please show us on your bed with your arms slowly, because we're going to describe it for the record, where your father's arms were on your head when you were in what you described verbally and then in written form, the headlock.
Yes.
Okay, so I want the, you got, bless you. You gotta stay there long enough for me to paint a picture, alright? I want the record to reflect, of course, if there's no objection, Sister Counsel, that Mr. Crawford, the younger, has his right bicep against his right temple, and his right forearm is directly across his forehead above his eyebrows where his glasses blank.
So stipulated.
Okay,
Alright, and, if you're comfortable, you can stay there. If you're not, you can change. You can, you push your hand. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright. So, in no way, shape, or form is he blocking your nose or mouth.
Not with his arm.
And in no way, shape, or form is he doing anything to restrict the airflow via your neck.
He is not.
Alright, so was there ever a point where he did either of those things?
Where that came from was because my face was in the couch. That's why I couldn't breathe. I don't believe his intention.
Objection, Judge, that would be speculation.
Well, if he knows, he knows.
Well, you can't testify to what someone else's intent would be.
all right, that's fair.
I can rephrase that.
Well, I'm gonna keep all of that answer in there, but I don't believe that was his intention. I'm striking from the record.
Alright. You have a baby.
I do.
How old?
She is 7.
7 years old?
7 years old.
So she got a baby in.
No, I still think she was though.
Alright. So when your 7-year-old was little and she stopped, even when she was in a crib, there would be times she would sleep on her stomach, right?
Right?
Yes.
And sometimes she would do that, her face would be down on a mattress, right?
Yes.
The first time you see that as a parent, you flip out, right?
Yes.
And that's because you're like, oh my God, she can't breathe, right?
Correct. Yes.
But then you learn that they can breathe,
Yes.
and they're really not restricted in airflow,
Correct.
right? And then you tell all your other friends who are parents and you laugh at each other, right?
Yes.
So is that sort of what we have?
Yes.
Now, when he said he was gonna kill you, you didn't know.
I did not know.
Did he ever do anything to make any form of gesture that led you to believe he was trying to release you?
Never.
Did he ever do anything where it even crossed your mind that your life could be in danger?
No.
After he made that threat, did he touch you?
No.
Did he ever introduce something into this altercation besides his mouth, verbal, and his hands, as we've already discussed?
No.
I think you said, but I'm just going to confirm, you're 29.
Correct.
Thank you.
And
You may proceed, redirect.
Did you want any of this to happen?
no.
Did you want to get into an argument with your father?
No.
Did you want it to get physical?
No.
You indicated to me when I asked you on direct examination that your face was pushed into the couch, correct?
Yes.
Were you pushing your face into the couch?
Myself, no.
It was your father that was pushing your face into the couch.
My face was in the couch from the match that we were in. It was just the positioning.
But who was on top of you?
My father was, but not in the matter of putting force into the couch itself,
Why couldn't you get up?
because he was a little heavier than me.
So he was on top of
He was on top of me, but my face just so happened to be in that couch, but he wasn't like on my head pushing me in there.
According to you, it was around your head, right?
Correct.
You described it previously as a headlock,
Yes.
and your face, nose, and mouth was pushed into the couch.
It was like in the couch and I couldn't breathe, panicking.
I understand that the situation might be awful for you, right?
Yes,
But it's important to be honest about what happened.
I understand.
Now, defense also asked you, that your father didn't touch you after you got up, correct?
Correct.
Was he anywhere near you in order to do that? Didn't he just leave?
He had just left.
I have nothing for you.
Were his arms, was your father's hands around your neck?
No, my father's arms were not around my neck.
So what you're describing when you lost your breath was when your head was pushed into the couch
Yes.
and he was on top of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks. Real quick, Michael. Did you feel he was pushing your head into the couch to prevent you from breathing?
I do not feel that he was forcing my head into the couch. It was just the positioning. It's very hard to paint the picture. I do apologize.
I mean, for whatever it's worth, I think you're doing better than you realize, but the question is, you said you were panicked.
Yes.
Okay. But that's distinguishable from someone preventing you from breathing.
Yes.
And it's clear that you did not think he was trying to stop you from breathing.
No, I do not believe that was his intention.
I would object to that. You can't testify to someone's intent.
Oh.
Well, I think as I see you weighing the scale of justice in your head, I think what is really the relevant point is whether or not the witness.
Yeah, I disagree with you. I'm gonna overrule you. I'm sorry. You can step, unless there are more questions, any one of you. You can step, you can,
Obviously, I don't have the intent to care. He makes this.
you are free to step down. You are free to go. You cannot discuss your testimony with any other witness. Call your next witness, please.
Miss Leo Lavick, she's in the
Okay?
hallway.
She's looking at that. She was. I thought she was putting a picture. I thought she was a lawyer.
She might have been-
Can you spell the name of this next witness?
First name Leaia, last name spelled Laveeque.
Thank you.
It's not the kid.
You can come on right up here to the witness chair, ma'am. I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, have a seat. I'm just going to ask you to answer all your questions. I'll answer all the questions verbally, if you can answer it, and that you're not mm-hms or ahas or simple nots of that.
Okay.
Thank you. You can proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Can you please state your full name for the record?
Leah Catherine Lovack.
Ms. Levesque, I'd like to take you back to November the 28th of 2025. Do you recall that day?
I do.
And you live near 26257 Ingram Drive in Brownstown, Michigan.
Yes, right next door.
And are you familiar with David Allen Crawford?
I
Who is he to you?
He's a neighbor, he's a friend.
And you've seen him in the courtroom today.
I do.
Can you please describe what he's wearing today? And point him out.
Not very flashy, doesn't it?
All right, so you stipulate that,
Yeah.
all right,
Yes, we do.
so ma'am, that's him, right?
That is.
The witness has identified the defendant.
Thank you.
And at the same time, did you have an occasion to go into David Allen Crawford's house at around 7 o'clock in the evening?
I did.
Why is it that you went to the home?
I was talking to his wife on the phone,
Wife's name is what?
Sandra, Crawford.
Okay.
And, we were on the phone for just a few seconds and then she started yelling, Dave, get off of him, you're hurting him, you're still on. She didn't hang up the phone and she said, we're gonna call your mother. All right, that's it, we're calling the police
And that's what you heard over the phone.
over the phone.
And what did you proceed to do next?
Since she did not hang up with me, I went over there because I know they have a young granddaughter that lives in the home, and I went to grab her. But I didn't just grab her, I went to where I knew Dave and then we're at,
And where was that in the home?
in the back room.
And what you observed when you go into the back room?
What?
What did you observe when you went into the back room?
David had his left arm around Michael's, choking him, and his right hand made into a fist, like in front of him.
Can you describe the choking?
The arm his left arm was all the way around Michael's neck
Okay. Where was Michael's face?
in the couch.
And you described David's right hand doing what motion?
It was in a fist.
Balled up fist.
Yeah.
So you used your left arm to describe the choking and then your right arm in a fist.
Yes.
And what is Michael saying anything?
No, I couldn't, it's possible he did, but I don't recall Michael saying anything. I put my hand on Dave's shoulder and said, Dave, stop, you're hurting him. Dave looked at me, looked back at Michael, said something, I couldn't tell you what he said. Then he got off Michael and went to the garage.
And did you see him walk away and go into the garage?
I followed him.
What did you say?
No, I did not go in the garage with Dave. I went, I grabbed their granddaughter and I took her to my house.
Do you recall whether the lights were on or off in the garage? When you followed?
No, I couldn't tell you.
And then you indicated you went back into that room? The family room area?
No, when Dave got up and walked out, I followed Dave. He went left into the utility room, which leads to his garage. And I went straight and grabbed their granddaughter and went out the front door and went home.
Okay, did Michael, Sandra, and Jessica end up coming to your home?
They did.
How soon after you had taken the granddaughter to your home, would you say they went to your home?
Between 10 and 15 minutes, maybe?
And then, after they come into your home later on in the evening or the following day, did you make a statement to the Michigan State Police?
That night I did.
I have nothing further.
Cross?
Just a couple of quick questions. So you said that David's right hand was balled up in a fist.
Correct.
Did you ever see him hit Michael?
I did not.
Did you ever see his hand move?
Yeah, like. But that was when I tapped him on the shoulder and told him to, get off of him.
So he just sort of moved to like, sort of, look, it's
I think because my voice is not a voice he used to hearing in his home, that it kind of startled him.
I mean, that's wasn't the first time you were there, obviously, right?
I'm sorry.
This wasn't the first time you had been.
Oh, no, I've been to their house.
Right, oh. But he may just not have recognized it as that.
Yeah.
All right, and you said you couldn't hear Michael saying anything?
No, I don't recall if Michael said anything.
Okay, after you tapped him on the shoulder, he just let go and got up?
No, he looked back at Michael, Dave said something to Michael, and then he got up and went to the garage.
And you said you followed him?
I did follow him.
What were you doing?
I just got up and followed right behind Dave. Dave went left to the utility room, led to the garage, and I went straight and grabbed the granddaughter. That was it.
Okay, so I'm just trying to understand, why were you following him to the garage? Unless the granddaughter was.
The granddaughter wasn't in the garage. I didn't follow him to the garage. I just got up and followed him. I guess, I don't know, any reason I was making sure he wasn't gonna come back to hurt his son or come back that way. I wanted to make sure he was out of the area. And Sophie, their granddaughter, was by the front door and my goal was to get her out of the house.
Do you know who called the cops?
I do.
Oh.
Jessica.
Okay. And do you know at what point the cops, well, let me rephrase that. Do you know if the cops were called before or after you went over there?
I'm assuming that they were called while I was heading over there, because Jessica was on the phone when I got there.
Did you leave before the cops?
I did.
And then did the cops come to your house to talk to everybody?
The state police did.
So it seems like you distinguish the cops from the state police. Did you ever talk to local police?
I did, but only, I just went out there once all the ambulances and stuff showed, or the ambulance showed up and all the other police officers showed up with the lights on and stuff. I went out there to see what was going on and an officer said that they would get back to us.
Do you know whether anyone got into an ambulance?
I don't, I stayed in my house with my blinds shut and took care of Sophie
Okay,
until her aunt came and got her.
all right, nothing further, thank you.
Any other questions? You can step down, ma'am. Thank you. Call your next witness. Yes, you may be excused. Are they out there, John?
Who's next?
What if it's out there? Wait for trial.
We'll get Mr. Crawford in here. Where'd he go again?
Your Honor, may I call the next?
No, not yet. I'm gonna take an arraignment real quick.
Can I go, for?
Yes.